Hello everyone! It was recently my nephew's first birthday party. Unfortunately for this little guy, he's allergic to milk, eggs, butter, rice, oatmeal, you name it. But luckily for him, his auntie knows how to make an allergy-free cake. I'm using the popular Wacky or crazy cake recipe, which is known for no eggs or dairy needed. People back then ate this up during the Great Depression. The frosting is made out of soy, and its consistency was perfect and the same as regular buttercream. For taste, I felt like the chocolate was moist and the frosting was even more perfect. We'll need some cardboard, scissors, markers, and some wax paper. Trace a 6 and 8 inch circle using a Sharpie over a cardboard. Cut it out and you'll have 2 circles for the base of your cake. Trace the parchment paper out of 6 and 8 inch circles too, and this will line your pans. Also, cut a long strip so you can line the side of your pans with them. Throw in your circle wax paper into the center of the pan and line the sides with wax paper. You could dip your hands in water to make it stick to the sides. In the largest bowl you could possibly find, sift together 6 cups of all-purpose flour, 4 cups of granulated sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. Whisk together the ingredients until it's well combined. Making 3 small holes, add in the oil in one of the holes, the vinegar in one of the holes, and vanilla in one of the holes. This will prevent overflow and everything spilling out. Gently mix this. Add in 4 cups of cold water. Slowly mix this. Pour the batter into your prepared pans. I had a lot left over and I wanted to make cupcakes out of them, and I made about 19. But these bake for a lot less amount of time. Remove them from the pan once it's safe and wrap them up in saran wrap and throw it into the fridge or freezer. I heard back then that you shouldn't take out the cake when it's completely cold. You should take it out when it's around warmish. But you're using parchment paper and it should easily come off either way. Be sure to check your ingredients, making sure it's like dairy free, no eggs, whatever. This is my powdered sugar. It has like sugar and cornstarch. The butter is made out of soy. Dice the butter up in 2 tablespoons. Throw them all into the mixer. Using a paddle attachment, we want to soften this butter for a bit. Then you can start gradually adding in your powdered sugar, about around 1 or 2 cups at a time. You could sift this if you want, but I didn't. Just keep adding more powdered sugar until you run out. Add in the vanilla extract and some water, just enough water to get to the consistency you want. Be sure to scrape the bowl and the paddle every now and then. Now take the cake out of the fridge, unwrap it, and we want to trim this with a bread knife to remove all imperfections. I'm taking the tops off, and I'm going to save it because I want to eat it later. I'm taking the other cake, and I'm also taking the top off. Cut it in half. Cut the other cake in half too. This is my frosting. It's a little stiff. Give it a little stir and add more water to get to the desired consistency you want. It's better too stiff than too watery and icky. Get your cake circle and put some frosting over it. Place the cake over it, lightly push it down. Put some frosting onto the sides so to prevent any spills of your filling, but I'm just using frosting as filling here. Place the top of the cake over it, the flatter side preferably. Add your crumb coat of frosting, using a little dish to keep all the crummy frosting in, not in my main frosting bowl. Frost the sides. It's okay if this is ugly because this is the crumb coat layer. Freeze or refrigerate this until firm, and then add in another layer of frosting, piping it on the sides and also onto the top of the cake. Smooth out the top and smooth out the sides. You don't want crumbs on this layer. I'm taking my spatula and continuously moving it on the side and swiping towards the center. Lifting up the cake carefully with my spatula, I'm returning this back to the fridge and working on my second cake layer. But I'm not showing you that. Just add sprinkles onto your cake. You just add it on. I learned eventually that I should just pour it into my hand and just like slap it on. There's like no brainer, you just stick it on. I suggest getting at least 3 bottles of sprinkles. I felt like a giant sprinkle after doing this. Pick up any scattered sprinkles up and reuse them to sprinkle over the cake again. It'd be good to have a pan underneath so it'll pick up all the sprinkles. Unfortunately, I realized I was dangerously low on sprinkles, so I just added the top layer onto my second tier and just continue adding more sprinkles onto the sides and over it. Yep. This is the final cake. Yum 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 yum. You could color the frosting just fine. I made cupcakes and I frosted them with the leftover frosting. Showing you how to make the banner now. I'm using some baker's twine for strings. It came in these colors. I got it from the Dollar Tree. The rest is stuff from Michael's, these stickers. Try to get one with letters and numbers if you want those. You can spell out a name or happy birthday. I'm just gonna go with the name because I have a small cake and I can't put that much on it without it looking lopsided. Cutting a triangle with this name, with this sticker on it. Cut out the triangle. Try to match up all the triangles so they all are even shade. Pulling out the baker's twine. You want to flip over your letters, all of them, and make sure they're in the right order. Hot glue gun it down and stick the baker's twine over it and maybe gently push it down with scissors. I'm using some sticks that you normally use for baking and tying the twine over it and in the ribbons on the side. And I stuck it on the cake and gave it a little curve in the middle and tilted the sticks towards the center for it to be more balanced. Here's my brother sort of feeding his son the cake, but I think he's just saving it for himself, I guess. And the baby is just like, hey, I want to eat it too. And thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And here's my previous video and my social media sites.